It's monarchy, monarchy, monarchy. Nathan.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Afropolitan podcast. Hope you're all doing well. Please like, share, and mostly please subscribe. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome to the existing subscribers. And yes, let's get into this video. So this is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. I'd sort of pushed it to the side because it may be deemed as controversial to some people, and we are in an environment, or no, I'd say a society today where, you know, certain traditions aren't practiced anymore. Not everyone believes in doing things the traditional way, and that's in all aspects of life. But I've been seeing something in particular in the Black community. It does happen in other communities as well, but predominantly in the Black community. And that's this whole culture of this whole baby mother culture. I really don't like the term. I'm actually not a baby mother, but you know, I would, if I was a woman that did have a child out of wedlock, that did have a child with a man that I'm no longer with, to be referred to as a baby mother, I would find very derogatory. Yes, I would find it offensive, and I also do find that the majority of the time when that word is used, it's not really used in a positive way. Same with baby father, baby daddy, whatever you want to call it. But there is this big trend, and it's even amplified when you look at celebrities, of young women, older women, just, you know, having children with men. It's not even about men that they're not married to. It's more a case of having children with men that are clearly not serious. They're not boyfriend material, let alone father material. I really fail to understand. And people can say, oh, you know, it's 2021, not everyone has to get married now, blah blah. I don't subscribe to that. I'm a person that respects marriages and believes in marriages, but of course, you know, not everyone who has children not everyone that has kids within a marriage, and not necessarily just because somebody has a child and they're not married that it means that they won't get married to that same person that they're with. Or, you know, even if they do end up breaking up with that person, it's not as if they won't ever get married, because, you know, I've seen it before where people have had children from a previous marriage and they've got married to someone else, and I'm talking about women. Or women have had kids or a child with someone and then they've met someone else. So, you know, having a child out of wedlock doesn't stop your chances from ever getting married. Of course, there are challenges with it, and it's not going to be easy. So, yeah, so having a child is not the end of the world. Children are a blessing, they're a gift from God. So this is not to attack children's lives, babies' lives. No, it's to sort of think, it's to critique and analyze the type of women that get themselves pregnant or have children with men that are clearly not serious from the get-go. You know, I'm all about the Black community. I'm all about the progression of the Black community, and one of the most important things within a community is the family structure, the family home, and bringing children into a world that, you know, they're entering, and they're already entering in a toxic situation or broken situation. It's not fair on a child, and children growing up in single parent households have a completely different experience to people who grow up in two parent households. I don't give a heck. This is not up for debate. It's straight facts. There's statistics. And okay, people who grew up in single households might end up having good jobs, being educated, but that, it affects people in other ways. It affects people in terms of relationships, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, trust issues. Some people even end up hurting people, being emotionally unavailable, being manipulative. There's so many negative things that can come from, growing up in a single parent household, growing up when, maybe your parents weren't getting along, not knowing who your father is. So many different things can affect men and women who are the products of single parent households. And I saw a video on YouTube where it says that, I think it was saying that women are prioritizing baby fathers and Birkin bags or something like that. It's a pandemic, and I've seen other videos where it's saying, there's a baby mama pandemic, baby mama culture within the Black community. I don't know why it's really glamorized. I genuinely don't understand why people would prioritize having a child more than prioritize settling down with a man. For me, that doesn't make sense. It takes two people to make a child, so surely it's common sense that it will take two people to bring up a child. It takes a village to raise a child. I really feel that we have a lot of work to do within the community. Our priorities are not straight. The things we should be focusing on are not the things we should be focusing on. And the home, the family structure is so important. It's extremely important. And choosing the right partners, choosing the right men. I'm thinking of celebrities, Jayda and little baby. Any baby mothers, even from the Kardashians. Kourtney Kardashian, she was married to Lamar. Okay, they divorced. Of all people, she decides to have a child with Tristan. Tristan's my age. Tristan's, I don't know how many years younger than Khloe. They're not even married. I don't get it. And of course, people can say getting pregnant or having children is not always easy. Sometimes there's complications. Sometimes people do want to have children and they can't. Of course, I've already said before that children are a blessing, but I think people really need to think twice of who they're having kids with and in what type of situation they're bringing kids into the world. And for me, it doesn't make sense if a woman is saying that she would, it's summer or whatever it is, that she knows she needs to have another child. And I'm talking about young Miami from City Girls. I'd already talked about this toxic culture of City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion. And again, she's now saying that she wants to have a child. And I'm going to insert the tweet that she put, but I think somebody said, "Are you not married, or where's your husband?" And she was like, "Oh, who says I want to get married?" And I'm like, those are people in the comments in the shade room are like, yes, and not everyone wants to get married, that same old stuff. So I'm confused that people are applauding someone saying that they want to have a child with someone that they're not in a serious relationship with, someone they're not married to. Does that make sense? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Instead of prioritizing settling down, even if you're not married to the man, at least be having a child with a man that, okay, maybe it's leading up to marriage, maybe you're already engaged, or somebody that you know that's going to be there for a lifetime. Because so many times, let me even not talk too much, because I genuinely don't understand. And I think also sometimes people think bringing a child into a world with a man is going to make the man stay. It's going to make the man take me seriously. Yes, he'll finally be mine. No, if he wanted to take you seriously, if he wanted to marry, if he wanted to do all of the things, he would have done it in the get-go. If the situation is already toxic, if he's already cheating on you, if he's already being aggressive, if he's already being abusive, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. Bringing an innocent baby child into the world is not going to change that. And a lot of people critique Kevin Samuels, and I fail to understand why, because he speaks so much truth. And there's so many educated women with masters, women with undergraduate degrees that, you know, are very, what can I say? They're very put together and confident and doing really well in their careers and whatnot. But when it comes to a relationship side, they then make really, you know, long lasting, life-changing decisions. For me, I find it weird that somebody who's educated, getting a master's is not easy. Even getting a degree is challenging, but master, PhD level, that takes a different type of mindset, a different type of drive and strength. So how can you then end up having a child with a man that already has kids with I don't know how many other women, and you weren't in a serious relationship, and now you're a single parent? I don't get it. A lot of women, a lot of these baby mothers, in inverted commas, get themselves into these situations, and then they're then complaining on the timeline, cussing the men that they, you know, lay down in bed with, saying that how they're not a good father, they're not a good this. All those signs were there in the beginning, but you still decided to go ahead and make that decision and have that child with him. So what were you expecting? So many women have seen how the first mother of the child, the second mother of the child have struggled, maybe doesn't even have a relationship with the women he's had kids with, but you think it's going to change with you. I even saw today on the Shade Room that Nelly and Chantal, or the whoever his ex is, they've now split up after all of those years of just being the girlfriend. But anyway, let me even not talk about marriage and stuff, because that's a whole nother ball game, and that's a lot of things where people are going to get sensitive about. But let me just stick to the subject and just finalize it here and just say that this baby mama culture, this whole, yes, single parent, independent woman, all of that nonsense needs to stop. You know, it's not even about, for me personally, I'm all about black love, the black community, and building the black family. But if you are in, you know, open to dating outside your race and so forth, at least, you know, settle down and be with a man and have a child with a man that is serious, that is father material, that is husband material, that is partner material, whatever situation you want to be in, but just make sure it's permanent. Stop bringing kids into the world, innocent children into the world, into toxic situations, into situations where they're not going to have stability and they're not going to have, you know, the love of both parents at the same time that they deserve. But yes, guys, I'm finishing this video now here. Please like, share, and please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.